Hello, welcome to So Says Kez. And if you find yourself here, well fucking done, mate. Because something tells me, like literally, silence. Start at the very beginning. Disclaimers, these are just my thoughts and opinions, and also I swear, right? On the 30th of September, 2025, just in case, nobody knows what year it is. I made a video. Now, I may look like shit. I sound a bit bunged up. I've got a bit of a dry, flaky, red nose. When I made this video on the 30th of September, I could not breathe through my nose. I literally was in an absolute state, too bad a state to be making a video. But I had had a coinky dinky that day. I call them coinky dinkies. That does not mean the same as a coincidence. What I mean by a coinky dinky is serendipity, right? But I call them coinky dinkies and have done for decades, right? And I have had recently my world, my mind fucking blown, and nobody cares. Like literally. I had 35 views on my last video, right? On my last video, which is difficult to watch because I am bunged up, right? I was not in a place to be making a video. I'm not really now, but I don't really care what I look like. And if the message needs to be got through, and I just woke up with another one, so, and I don't want to be right on this one, and I didn't want to be right on the last one. Calm down, Carrie Ann. Calm the fuck down. Right. So basically, drama. Basically, what happened on the last video, I don't know if I had a dream. I just know that I'd sat up in bed to turn myself over or whatever. I'd said Yom Kippur. Then I'd said to myself, why the fucking hell are you saying Yom Kippur, Carrie Ann? And I'd probably have forgotten about it. Till later on that day, I'd watched a video. And on that video, because Yom Kippur apparently is the 1st and 2nd of October, right? I don't fucking know. I'm religious. So basically, on that day, I'd clicked on, like a suggested video had come up on YouTube that was like something prophecy, something tomorrow or whatever. Didn't mention fucking Yom Kippur in there, right? I thought, oh, it's like the prophecy everybody's talking about, or what's going to happen tomorrow that everybody's talking about, or something like this, right? So I was like, oh, that sounds exciting. The thumbnail was some kind of nuclear bomb or some shit like that, like fire, that kind of thing. So I was like, oh, this looks kind of intriguing. So I'd clicked on it, right? And it said in there something about happening, that Yom Kippur was tomorrow, and that they were predicting that something was going to happen on Yom Kippur. And I was like, what? Like, literally, last night, Yom Kippur, right? And so I'd said on this video, if something happens with on Yom Kippur, da-da-da, right? And there was a terror attack. A Muslim man, a Syrian Muslim man who's been in England for over a decade. He was given asylum. He was they said in the news, a British man of Syrian descent. He was an asylum seeker. He was one of the legal people who came over, who we would give a Brit card to. He would have accepted a Brit card just to bring in the old fucking... Have I done a video on the Brit card? Like, I don't think I have, to be fair, because I have been quite ill. But, no, I must have just... I don't fucking know. I don't care at the minute. I'm talking to myself, right? I'm so fucking heavily shadow banned. I called fucking Yom Kippur, mate, and literally nobody cares. I'm sat here on my own. I posted it again on Facebook and said, like, can we all just take a moment to appreciate the fucking mahoosiveness of this coinky dinky that I said, or if something happens on Yom Kippur and something happened on... Do you know who's the only person that's gone, apart from me? ChatGPT. I sat, because this is what happens, and like literally, you can't fucking shadow ban me from ChatGPT, fellas. Do you know what I mean? You're never going to fucking shut me up. You're never going to make it so that I don't have somebody to fucking talk to. And if you do cut me out from the people that I'm trying to speak to, I will fucking find another way to use my voice. Sorry, I'm talking to the Freemasons there. Like, literally, I will find another way to use my voice. You fucking cut me down, I will Obi-Wonky Nobby this shit. I do not suggest you shut me up. Just let me have me fucking viewers. Let me tell my fucking tales. You can hear what I'm saying as well. Everybody's a fucking winner, because what's going to happen to you is going to happen to you whether you shut us up or not. Sorry, let her run. Get that out of the way. Back to you guys. If you watch my videos, you have no idea how much gratitude you have from me, my darling. No idea. But I'm not alone. Do you know what I mean? So it's like literally, if they can shadow ban the fuck out of me. They completely ban me. But I ain't on my fucking own, mate. And you cannot stop who I'm fucking working with. Cannot physically be done. So you might as well let me document it and watch it fucking happen in real time, ain't you? Anyways, it's gone crazy since then. So I was like, oh, I made the video, even though I wasn't up for making the video, just because of that coinky-dinky. Because I'd woken up in the night, it was all fucking Yom Kippur. Then I'd watched this video that wasn't even titled about Yom Kippur, going on about Yom Kippur and how something's going to happen on Yom Kippur. Then I felt the need to, even though I felt like death, make a video to say if something happens on Yom Kippur, then something fucking happened on Yom Kippur. Not just something happening on Yom Kippur, something happening on Yom Kippur that is directly tied into my work. Right, 35 fucking views, and I promoted that twice on Facebook. I posted that twice. I posted it once when I'd done it, and I posted it again when the fucking terror attack happened. So yeah, just saying I called it, but also just to back myself up a bit, like literally this has been going on for nearly 20 years, right? The amount of instances. So I sat there. You know, like literally when I'm sat there just crickets and fucking tumbleweed, I turned to ChatGPT. So I told ChatGPT some of my other stories about, like, for example, I was taught how to swim in my sleep. I shit you not, absolutely shit you not. So many people have tried to teach me how to swim in my life and nothing. Learned to swim in my sleep. Not going to do that story. Then, and like literally, ChatGPT sitting there going like, yeah, something about you, darling. And this is weird. Like, this is so cool that this is happening to you. Won't go into the soft dream. Keeping that as the fucking doozy, mate. And I don't think people will really understand it at the minute. But it is in my, if you just type in stuff into the thing. Like, people don't even find you here, mate, like, let alone go looking. But here we are. Last night, not this night now, night before, I dreamt, I have a favourite DJ, right? I don't know what year, I don't know whether it was last year or the year before. I think it was last year, I don't know, in June. Bumped in to came and fell into this friendship group. What this I call it a friendship. It's dead sweet, really. You know, no, carry on, don't say it. Like, no, but to me they're a friendship group. To them it's a brand like type thing. But to me these are people, but they're a group of DJs, right? And Yeah, and like this, I had an experience with this one fella that was fucking hilarious. And, you know, when you meet somebody and your energies are, I just thought, this is nice, man. You know, he seemed friendly and everything, plays the best music, literally, right? And he's married, which I think is brilliant, because I, like, literally, in the DJ scene, you get in so much fucking trouble, like, and me especially, because I'm gob on legs, so everybody thinks, do you know what I mean? I've got myself in trouble. Fell in love with this man's wife, and, like, literally, so it was like good for me that he was married, because I couldn't get myself into any trouble. I could just love on a DJ, and I was mates with him and his wife as well, so it was cool. And yeah, so that was wonderful. But nothing can happen forever, nothing can stay forever, and he's just quit DJing. So I now no longer have a favourite DJ. I've sat there and I've thought, like, oh, who should I say is my favourite? And it's like, well, no, it don't seem the same. And like, I don't really have a favourite DJ now. Anyways, he quit it yesterday, but that night before, I dreamt I was saying goodbye to him. Dreamt we were having a conversation again, because there was never anything sexual about it whatsoever. You know what I mean? And that's what I loved about it. You know, like, I could just love this DJ for the music that he did and for the happiness that I had when I was in his lives. And, you know, he came as a bundle. He got wife and kids, so, like, it was just a bundle thing. Now he's gone. But, like, I was just sort of stood by the side of him in this dream, and we were just having this little chit-chat. Like, we didn't even have a hug or anything. We were just sort of, like, explaining, oh, yeah, that we're lovely and everything. And it's like, I mean, you know, woke up and, like, hope he's okay, because quite often, like, my ex, always used to dream about my ex just before I'd bump into him somewhere. Oh, weird, right? Just now, you can help me with this, right? I keep having dreams about sex parties. Now, if you can help me out with this, because I can't get my head around it. Cannot get my head around it at all. But last night it was like blackmail. I was being blackmailed into having sex parties, like always with multiple people, men and women, and yeah. Well, sometimes I voluntarily do it. Last night last night I said, it was like, right, you know, like, if you blah blah blah, we'll give you all this money. I think it was money that we're going to give, like. And I said, like, well, if you give me somebody that's worth shagging, if you give me somebody that I find attractive, I'll do it for no. And I'm going to town. I was explaining everything I'm going to do to this fucking. Oh, mate. I don't know what that was, but then when I woke up, I got the words strapped to them, and that wasn't in relation to dildos. That was in relation to suicide bombs. So literally, if there's something else that goes on with that, we will know that I should be being listened to, won't we? And if there doesn't, thank you. Wanna be wrong on that one. Now, this guy, let's just have a little, you know, we're 14 minutes in, everybody will be fucking gone by now. Let's have a little talk about this Yom Kippur attack. Because you know I have a view on that. You know I fucking do. This is where the Unstoppable March of Islam is my current workspace. Yeah, so this chap, who was called Jihad. And funnily enough, if you say to Muslims, oh no, jihad, no, it doesn't mean violent struggle. No, it just means the general struggle of everyday life that Muslims have. You know the bullshit, because they lie. Taqiyya, Taqiyya. Has that got an H on the end? Literally, they lie, right? But they tell us, no, it doesn't mean that. And then we believe that. It's a pattern. You notice a pattern emerging, right? Now, literally, if you have been watching my videos, you'll know that my local pub is being turned into a mosque. We've got till next year till that opens. And literally, everybody, because the council, our council leaders, you know, our lovely, friendly local Labour ward councillor who said there's no proof of grooming gangs, and I have that on video, and I also have it on video that the policewoman said that if I didn't stop talking about it, she'd have to get up and leave the community meeting because we're not allowed to address it. When they went to the planning meeting, do not mention grooming gangs. You cannot mention grooming gangs. Over 10 times as many people said no as said yes, and it went through everywhere anyway. And these people have said, oh, no, we won't be doing a call to prayer. No, there won't be a call to prayer. And they lie. That's their bag, baby. They have a word for lying, and they have a word for gang rape. They have a word for how much they hate fucking white people. Literally, I ain't making one well, how much they, but they have, words, dirty words referring to people who aren't Muslim, right? I ain't making this shit up. And the penny is starting to drop, which I find is lovely. Lots of people are seeing that these people are actively invading our country, and our government, who know full well that it's going on, are allowing them to do it because they know religion is a fucking bag of bollocks. They just want war on our streets. And I have been saying that on my videos for 17 fucking years. You do not bomb a fucking country, then invite the victims to come and live with you. Victims who say they hate you and want you dead and expect nothing bad to happen. You can't do it, mate. But they've done it, and this is what they're expecting to happen, right? But by all means, call me racist, call me Islamophobic, I don't care. I'm not phobic of Muslims. Muslims don't scare me. I love Muslims. Muslims are human beings, and I love human beings. Mankind is my business. But Islam is a lie, Christianity is a lie, and Judaism is a lie. And they were all fucking made by Freemasons. All three of them. And they have clauses built into each one. It's genius. That, like, literally, I'll say it again, they were left with secrets in the beginning, right? In the get-go. We were created. Daddy left. Look after them. Here's the rules of how you coexist peacefully and make the world right. We'll be back for the gold in a couple of thousand years, right? Kind of thing. That was my theory back then. I don't still know whether it's about gold, but in my personal opinion, we were personal opinion, not thought about it in years. We were created to mine for gold and whatever, and they're coming back. That's why everywhere that's got gold has got a pyramid on the fucking top, so they can see it from space. Yeah, fuck it, I might as well go into my stuff, and I went into the stuff that I've been taught in my sleep. Do you know what I mean? Because at the minute, shit's being brought up, carry on. The all is saying to me, look, girl. Oh, I had another coinky-dinky. On the video that I did the other day, the one where I called Yom Kippur, I said about something about a song and how, I think that was from my mum. Oh, yeah, that's it. I'd looked in the mirror and I'd sang a song to myself that, like, I'd learned from my mum. And the other day, we lost my baby girl, my oldest cat, Princess Pea Pie, Piddly Pants, Paddy Paws, Polystyrene Pellets, Poddy Puddle, Poo Picker, Paper Pisser about her, perfect parent, permanently pregnant, something else, Presley impersonator, De Pompadour, John Bob, Prigan for short, right? And she passed away of old age, which is why I'm not like really, really grieving. It's like I had a dog, Bailey, and she passed away in 2016. And that was from old age. She died in my arms. I wailed then, but with Princess, you know, like it was like we knew that she was dying, and I knew on the day she was dying that she was dying. I just, you know, go everybody, can you say goodbye to Princess? She's gonna go, and she did. And I went to YouTube because I was typing an obituary for her on Facebook. And I was listening to something. It was Keir Starmer and fucking Suck a Dick Khan and and I'm like, I can't, you know, like I can't write and listen to this bollocks, you know, at the same time. So I got it off, put on YouTube Music. At the top, Barry fucking Manilow, mate. I'm like, that's me mum. Do you know what I mean? My mum is here at the minute looking after me, bless her, because my mum, she loved a bit of Barry Manilow. Right up until she was in hospital with dementia. Do not get me started on the flu fucking jab, mate, because that killed my mother. Do not get me started, right? She'd had her last flu jab, and spent her last Christmas in hospital and whatever, and she'd got dementia because she'd been having it, and it's got mercury and aluminium and formaldehyde in, and she'd had it religiously. Oh, I can't afford, you know how they do, can't afford not to have it. Oh, I can't afford, not with my heart, can't afford to not have it. And it's like, and then eventually towards the end, a couple of years, she's like, no, I won't have it, you've convinced me, right? And then she just got so bad dementia by the end. She was like, oh, we had me flu jab. And I'm like, you said you weren't going to have that. Oh, did I? Oh, I've had it. I can't afford not to have it. Fucking bastards. And she's in hospital, and I thought, they've said that people with dementia, if you sing to them. So I'm like, sat there in the hospital one afternoon, I'm like, can't smile without you, I can't smile without you. She went, shut up. And I'm like, but Barry Manilow, man. You love Barry Manilow. She's like, I can't stand him. I'm like, fair enough. That's my mum for you, always putting me down. Bless the little lot. But yeah, grew up with Barry Manilow, and literally played this song, and it sounds like a goodbye from Barry Manilow. So I was crying for Princess and Barry Manilow. I listened to it twice, which is unusual for me. Yeah, and poor old Barry Manilow, poor old Princess. But it was again another song, and I'm like, that's got to be my mum. Put that there. It was right in the middle at the top, and it was where my eye would drawn, and I'm like, oh, Barry Manilow, I don't think I've heard this one. Turns out it's released 8 days prior, and everybody in the comments is saying, oh, it sounds like it's his goodbye. Go listen to it. I can't remember what the name is. Anyways, right, waffling. But it don't like, I don't do my videos like anybody else in the world does their videos. But I ain't like anybody else in the fucking world, mate. So, so yeah. So this Yom Kippur, this dude, letting England, given British citizenship, he would have a Brit card. If they had brought the Brit card in, you know, and like that, they're like, oh yeah, stop the boats. It won't stop terrorism. The Brit card will not stop terrorism, because the ones who want us dead are already fucking living here, mate, and have been assimilating themselves in the fucking country, and little sleeper cells preparing are probably all there too. This dude sounds like he's just really fucking, he's lost his wife and kid, like, you know, like in shit tons of debt and whatever. So he probably thought he'd go out on the last hurrah. His life was shit, and he'd been taught his entire life that the only thing that's worth anything is what happens after you die. And if you die in the state of jihad, like if you die fighting for Islam, that's when you get the little kiddies to rape. Sorry, did I say little kiddies? I meant virgins. They promise them virgins, but really what they mean is children, because that's what virgins fucking are, right? All 40-year-olds who've all just fucking abstained their whole life, just gagging, waiting for you. No, they mean kids, mate. And this guy is like, fuck it. fuck it. There's literally been hate speech. They allow people to go round chanting for the death of Jews, right? Everybody's been, you know, because of this whole fucking Gaza fandango, like, everybody's like, the death of Jews, the death of Jews. Yom Kippur turns up, and it's like, mate, I've lost everything. This is my chance. I was going to, I was feeling a bit suicidal, to be fair with you. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go out in a blaze of glory, Allahu Akbar, right? I'm going to do this for my fucking pretend God, right? Because they are all pretend, because that's not what God is. I am telling you for fucking now, God is not somebody separate from you. This is my speciality, mate. And I won't have any, no. This is literally, I know, well, it's not somebody else. Literally, they created this group of religions, and all of them look outwards. The truth is out there. The truth is in you. God is in here. You and every God that you look for out there is ultimately in here. They all are. There is only one true God, and it doesn't have a fucking name. I call it all, but it's the universe that you are a part of. It is a universe. It is what's the word? Infinitesimal supercomputer, and you can tap into it. This is why them bastards created all these religions, to have a God somewhere fucking else, so that you, my darling, as a human being, lived your whole life never knowing the magic that you're capable of. Them bastards did that to you, right? And I mean no disrespect. So sorry, I just kicked the table. I mean no disrespect, right? Everybody's religion, like, literally, that love part of it, you are 100 bang on correct, 100% correct in that love part of it. The rest of it, you know, the fucking killing people so that you can go and rape little kids in the afterlife, bullshit, made up, fabricated. God being some big hairy bloke, hairy bearded bloke on a cloud who hates some other bloke who's living in fire. Made up, fabricated, not fucking true. Sorry, but, and who cares? Nobody's listening to me anyway. But I shall speak my truth, because one day, probably when I'm dead, somebody's gonna come across something I've said and go like, fucking hell, she know. And now I will be a part of that fucking ether, and I'll notice that, and I'll be able to go like, yeah, did warn you. Anyways, so this guy, right, went and he killed 2 people, right, stabbed 2 people. He rode his car, early 4th. He drove his car into these people getting ready to worship at Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur is, I have found out, is the Jewish holy day, holy 2 days. It's their big to-do, their equivalent of Christmas. I don't know, right? And yes, this dude ploughed his car into him, stabbed 2 people, 2 people killed, 4 people in hospital in serious condition. Fucking please let him be okay, right? And the police shot him because he was wearing what looked like a suicide belt. And he was going to reach for it. So the police shot him. Dead. Boom. He's off. He's off fiddling with kidneys, legitimately. Like, never trust a fucking religion who the whole point of when they don't, like in Christianity, it's like, oh, you can go and you can sit and everybody's wearing cardigans, sitting down, fucking petting lions on a big fucking, you know, on a bandstand on a sunshine and sunny days and pleasant chit chat, and sitting fucking touching Jesus' feet. In Islam, it's raping little kids. That's your prize. And the more violent you die, the more little kids you get to fucking rape. That's the religion that the government has been letting take over our country for the past 30 years, unchallenged. I ain't made it up, mate. In fact, I bought the Quran. Well, not bought the Quran. I got a free one, right? And I've started. Right, I opened it, and it said, "Blah blah blah. This is a book teaching you how to live your life so that when you die." No, mate, that's not why we were born. Sorry. God didn't create people so that they could die. And the more fucking strife they caused when they were here, the more kids they can rape when they fucking get there. Fuck off, bullshit. And I'm sorry, like, put a fatwa on my head, mate. I ain't fucking making it up. It's that that's made up. It's that religion that's made it. It's all of them that are made up. Right? And I ain't even saying no. You know, like, this is my area of expertise. This is my life purpose. I can speak with some authority on this subject, on religion, because it's what I fucking do. And I've sat still on it for 17 years because I felt stupid for talking about my stuff. So I've talked about fucking the murder of Liam Payne, which was still a murder, and we're coming up to the fucking anniversary of Liam Payne's death, and the people who killed him are still fucking out there. Because this world is fucked up, mate. It's FUBAR. It is absolutely fucking crazy. Nothing makes sense, and we need to fucking give our heads a wobble and realise what's going on. Because these people need stopping. The fucking one-eyed fucking people eaters. Anyways, right. So this geezer killed these people. Right. So what did the Muslims do? Because we've, like, obviously the Muslims, they're wanting this. This is their country. England is their country now, according to them. Numbers wise, they don't have it yet, right? But they do own the country because they've got the positions of power. And remember, this ain't decided in board meetings. It's decided in lodge meetings, mate. Right. So, like, this has all been going on, and they're really at that point now where it's full fucking takeover. Anyways, so the Muslims, obviously, it was a Muslim against Jew murder, right? It was terrorism. It was the Muslims decided, the Muslims had been saying, kill the Jews, death to them. Please. I was listening to this fucking chant that we're doing later on that day, right? And it sounded like death to the IRS. And I'm like, no way they're coming for the Internal Revenue Service, right? Please let me know what they were chanting. But they were chanting for the death of Jews. Later that day, still on Yom Kippur, the Muslims who had just murdered Jews and fucking put terror in the heart of the Jewish community went out all up and down the country and protested about Jews after they'd just killed them, after they'd just fucking killed some Jews, and after they'd just been calling for the death of all fucking Jews. They went out on the Jewish fucking holiday. I really should look it up, really shouldn't I? Don't know. One day, when it's meant to be, it'll come to me. They went out and violent protests. You know how, like, with, like, as far right thugs, right, as the government, and everyone will tell you, as far right thugs have been protesting against illegal migration peacefully every fucking week up and down the country for months, with no fucking bother, until the other side, that we're told are the left, who wave Palestinian flags, if you please, turn up, start banging drums, calling them fucking Nazis, which, I'm sorry, is basically saying, we want to scrap, right? Just going, Nazis come, you're Nazi. I can't remember what they fucking... let us be clear, refugees are welcome, and just Nazi at peaceful protesters, right? And we've seen right? They on Yom Kippur, on the 2 days ago, right? They proved who is the violent one. And the government still ain't fucking saying. They're still against the far-right thugs who had over 1 million people in London with fucking 25 arrests, 17 of which were from them. Were from the counter-protesters. Everywhere they go, it's the counter-protesters who are predominantly pro-Palestinian who fucking start the trouble. But you can't see it because the whole takeover of England by the Muslims has to go through as seamlessly as possible, which means the government and the media needs to fucking tell people, don't look at it. Don't look at the Muslims. Don't look at the Muslims. It's not the Muslims. They're not the droid you're looking for. Look over there. Look at the far right. Look how far right they are. They're waving England flags. England flags are racist. Palestinian flags are racist because they fucking hate us. A lot of them do. Fucking hate us. Like, just keep your eyes open, mate. Follow people on TikTok who document this shit. Anyways, yeah, so they killed people and then went out, and still no government outrage. No government outrage. Do you know what? The government, like, they're fucked, mate. Because they think they think that they're untouchable. And Islam thinks it's untouchable. It's like Christianity thinks it's untouchable and Judaism thinks it's untouchable. And guess what? Who invented them all, mate, thinks they're fucking untouchable. Because they've got the secrets of the fucking universe. They, like, literally control us all. They have all the money on the fucking planet at their disposal. Now, as I've said for 17 years, money can only physically ever equate to two things: manpower and resources. The things on the earth that we are born with, and our own gifts and abilities to make things out of those things and distribute those things and make the things on the world that makes it good for everybody. All of those things are currently in the hands of the people who design the banking system, the war industrial complex, fucking hospitals, everything, the banks, like literally the education system. Them bastards. The enlightened ones, the self-titled intellectually, they are my only enemy. I talk smack about fucking Islam. I talk smack about Christianity. I talk smack about Judaism. To be fair, I don't know anything about Judaism, but you know, like I'm talking smack, but they're my enemy. Everyone an enemy, and it's fucking people who, and that's because somebody taught me in my fucking sleep. Right, and then years on down the fucking line in my learning journey, it was quite early on actually, because I had quite a few things happen that it was like, excuse me, here's your proof there, here's your proof there. Everything is there for you to find if you ask the questions. Please, when you go to bed at night, you know, like as you're falling into sleep, ask questions of the universe. You know, like, say your prayers. Like, I always say my prayers at night. I always ask for, you know, like, all the... when I was little, growing up, I was taught, gentle Jesus, meek and mild, look upon this little child. Pity my simplicity, suffer me to come to thee. I said that every day of my life. Suffer me to come to thee. Bullshit. Didn't bring my kids up religious, think it's a bag of bollocks. Fucking best decision they ever made, because they're free thinkers, mate. But yeah, at the end of the day, I can say, oh, I'm coming for the Freemasons. But it ain't me, mate. I'm just a mouthpiece. Like, literally. We can say C.W. Ledbetter, 33, 3.33333, recurring level Freemasonry. Mason. Oh yeah, well, as you all know, like an old one, as you all know, like, you know, like Masonry. Don't let anybody tell you. If you ever talk to a Freemason and they say that Freemasonry started in fucking Europe, they're lying. Started in Egypt. Like, literally, have a look at King Tut's fucking guards, mate. Anubis wearing Masonic aprons. It's like, personally, I think King Tut was hearing my biff, but that's probably the looniest fucking thing that I have. But yeah, I think he was murdered, and I think he was put in the fucking thing before he was dead. I think he was put in the anyways, right? Anyways, so we're going to leave that there. Nice long one, 40 minutes, because I don't care. I've got my new phone. I could just fucking ramble. Nobody's listening anyway. And then, you know, like one day, when I'm dead, and I'm off buggering my little kids. No. Like, remember, this guy, like, somebody's going to look somewhere. Please, let somebody look and realise that this man who had lost everything was probably just fucking suicidal and thought, mate, I've been told I've got to go out and kill Jews. Right? All my life, 5 times a day, I've prayed to somebody who says that if I die killing people that ain't Muslims, I get loads and loads of little kiddies to fiddle with in the afterlife. Fuck it, 2 birds, 1 stone. I bet you that was his fucking... But time will tell. Anyway, I need a coffee. I've not long been up, but yeah. The old strapped it to him might be something to do, you know, like my husband, just they all saying, like, go back and cover that chap. But yeah, I did call Yom Kippur, and I'm over it. Shining my titties. If you've made it to the end, I owe you a 3-course meal. If you've done 45 fucking minutes, move in. This point. But endless gratitude to anybody who watches any of my videos. Like, literally, you have no idea how much you mean to me. Please consider subscribing, because you won't find me twice. Heavily shadow banned, heavily shadow banned, as you could probably imagine. Please fucking give it a like or whatever. But most importantly, if you have anything that I ever say, you know, like, you can clip my videos and whatever, anything that I ever say, if it strikes a note, share it, for fuck's sake, because we need, you know, like, it's all well and good me sitting here going, like, right at the beginning when I started, I'm like, yeah, I need, because I was offered a speaking slot, and I'm like, no, I need to learn my craft, and I didn't even know what my craft was back then, but just now I'm realising what it is that I'm actually here for. A series of coinkydinkies, not just the dreams, shit's been happening in my daily life as well, and the conversation that I've had with ChatGPT, which I'm gonna at some point in time, if the mood takes me, if the all says like do that, then I will. But yeah, there is something that I have to be doing while I'm here, and I do it for you. So anyways, thank you for being here. Please come back, and never forget that I love you.